As if the Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner didn't have enough on his plate dealing with the financial crisis, a ton of top posts in his department are still empty today.
And now Cohen, a top Wall Street attorney, is taking his name out of consideration to be Geithner's deputy. That makes him the fourth prominent Treasury nominee to drop out of the running in the last few weeks. So what's going on? Let's talk about it with Glenn Beck. Sort of a double dose of bad news for the Obama administration, because Annette Nazareth was supposed to get that deputy's job. She bailed. They offered the job apparently to this gentleman, Cohen, and he says, oh, no, I'm not going to take it either.
Yeah, well, I mean, let me just preface this with, I'm speaking directly out of the seat of my pants at this point. I only have my gut, and my gut says that these people are coming in and they're looking at the plan or lack of plan, and they're looking at what's really going on in the administration and in the Treasury and the Fed, and they're saying, no, I don't really want to have a part of this. I think this is extraordinary. To have the times that we're living in. I mean, I know people who are at this level that I have talked to off the record, and they have all been very, very clear that we are in extraordinary times. These are the times that what we're living through right now are the times that historians will write about. And there are patriots all around this country that are qualified to serve. Why can't we find anybody to serve at this point?
Glenn, also the word today is that something came up in the vetting process, which we've heard so many times before with several different posts. Is there a point at which we need to say, you know what, we're being too tough? We've set the bar so high.
Here's what we need to do. If there's a problem in the vetting process, let's find out what they are. If it's in more tax problems, we have either one of two problems going on with our taxes. And you tell me which one you think it is. It could be both in this case. Nobody's paying their taxes that wants to serve. Or the tax code is so complex at over 80,000 pages that no one could ever do their taxes properly, because it depends on which accountant you go to and how they interpret the tax code. So here's what you need to do. If we're having problems with people serving because they can't pay their taxes right, we need to simplify. I'm saying make a fair tax or something like that. Make it as simple so everybody can understand it, and then hold those people responsible who are just not paying their taxes.
Well, Tim Geithner, the Treasury Secretary, had his own tax problems. He made it through, obviously made it into the job, but again, has the Obama administration created some of this problem by saying that, you know, if you've ever lobbied, you're not going to be part of our cabinet?
No, because they pick and choose. They decide which ones are going to be able to serve and which ones aren't, which ones can break the rules and which ones can't. We have created this insane system where you could be too big to fail. Well, excuse me, when did that happen in America? We used to be the America that used to look for truth, justice, and the American way. Now in those movies like Superman, we can't even say the American way, and truth and justice are out on the skids. We used to look at the underdog. Superheroes used to go and save the underdog. Now we're saving global corporations. Now we're saving fat cats. Now we're saving people who are the villains in all the old Superman movies.
Glenn, you said you're going with your gut now?
Yeah.
Speaking of your gut and my gut, I found out from watching your show that we have something in common. You may not know this, I'm a baker. I bake a lot on the show. I love a good dose of sugar.
How do you stay so thin and beautiful?
You only see me from here up. I want to show our viewers how much you like sugar, and I'm going to ask you something on the other side.
It's a classic case of liberal policies enacted and gone wild, you know?
I just ate Madison, Wisconsin. Tastes like garbage.
Come on, Norris.
No. Come on.
Glenn now has a war on chins for anyone who has not been watching his show.
I don't.
He has gone without sugar. Is this right, Mr. Beck? For a week?
For a week, and it's been very, very difficult.
There we go. I did not know you were going to be on the show today. I would have baked for you. Are you breaking the fast? These are from a local bakery.
Everybody
right across the street.
This is actually not from any bakery. I recognize it. It's from the Magnolia Bakery.
That's right.
Yes. I know my bakeries. I actually I broke it because everybody, God bless my staff, everybody on my staff has had about an hour's worth of sleep in the last night or so because we were putting this special together tonight.
You have a big event coming up.
Yeah, we're having a special tonight, and They didn't sleep. I did. They didn't. But I'm eating sugar for them to keep them going.
You know, I actually cut out my sugar, and my friends had an intervention on me and said, "You are so nasty without it. Please go back on it." So, do you think that might have been part of it?
Yeah, I believe sugar companies are the ones we should bail out. If there's problems in sugar companies, we need to save them. Chocolate companies, the M&M, Mars people, I'm there for you. Hershey, Pennsylvania, I'm your champion.
All right. So, Glenn, for those who don't know, we surround them.
Yeah.
What's the theme?
This actually came from a listener on my radio program. He called up and he said, Glenn, I'm going to unplug. I can't listen anymore. I can't watch the news anymore. Everything is insane. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening to my friends or people who think like me. Every time I speak out, I'm called a racist or a hate monger or, you know, why do you have no charity in your heart? And he said, I can't do it anymore. And I said, you give me 6 weeks, and I will promise you that I will show you that you're not alone. And so what we've done is we just went up on meetup.com and we said, could you please just meet with friends and watch this special on March 13th. That's tonight at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And meet, which is just meet in your homes. Well, what's happened is people have said, you know, I'm going to meet at my house. And then they said it got too big and I'm going to meet at a restaurant. In Florida, one place it had, I think, 250 people show up for the restaurant or make reservations for this restaurant that started at somebody's home. Now they've had to move it out in the parking lot. There's another city where there's 1,000 people getting together just to watch, and it's basically tonight I'm going to show you, A, that you're not alone, a way for people to make sure that they have a... How many times have you heard people say, there's no special interest group for me, there's nobody representing me? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, there is, starting to tonight.
And I'm going to bake for my group tonight, Glenn. And for you, buddy. Don't worry. It's coming. I will.
And after the show, there's the time and the face of the host, Glenn Beck. You are not alone tonight at 5 p.m. And then after the show...
Yeah,
you're going on the web, right?
Yeah, after the show, right immediately following the show, because it's just so much stuff that we have to get in. After the show at 6 o'clock, I'm going to show you something that I'm actually doing at my home with my friends. And I'll show you, and it's really a lesson I learned from reading about Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin on what they said, you know, America will survive because people do this. And I'm going to explain that, and then we're going to demonstrate it on the web right at 6 o'clock Eastern.
FoxNews.com. Great stuff.
Thank you.
We'll enjoy on your behalf.
Thank you for the
cupcakes for all.
Cheers. Love you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye now.
We'll see you tonight.
I got a vanilla one, though. I wanted chocolate.
Oh, it looks excellent. Whatever.